Hi, my name is Sigalit. I was born and raised in Mumbai, India. Mumbai is a city of over 22 million people. My community, the Jewish community, is quite small in comparison, just about 5,000 people. However, we have a long and rich history in India, and particularly in the city of Mumbai. As a young adult, I became aware of the vast challenges of poverty, inequality, and social injustice millions of people are facing daily in India. As a young Jewish woman who was raised deeply connected to the values of Tikkun Olam and helping the vulnerable, I sought out ways to fight against these inequities which plagued people living in my city, communities living on less than $2 a day, and that is if they can find work. Children, elderly, people with disabilities, who are my neighbors living just a few miles away in the slums, without access to proper hygiene, nutrition, or education. So, this is my idea. The effects of COVID-19 have hit under-resourced and marginalized communities the hardest in India and globally. Human beings are literally on the brink of starvation, and social distancing and hand washing is a luxury for millions in India living in the slums. GPM quickly took action to adapt existing programs to focus on emergency response and making sure people's dire needs are being met. For the last 4 months, local staff on the ground has been delivering thousands of life-saving food packages, soaps, hand sanitizers, educational materials about COVID-19 and hygiene. The needs are massive, and the ripple effect of this pandemic is driving communities further into poverty. My own experience working in local communities in my city has helped me to see the value I can bring to this work. As an Indian, I deeply understand the cultural context, stigmas, community dynamics, and difficulties our society is facing. I believe that Indian Jewish community is an untapped resource which needs to be activated. I want to see the young adults like me in the Jewish community leading the change, taking action, and inspiring their parents, grandparents, neighbors, and friends to do the same. Now, this is so simple and so exciting. GPM, with the support of Chabad and the Mumbai JCC, will establish a national emergency preparedness and response network, leveraging the energy, skills, and passion of the local Jewish community to address dire needs in the slums. Once a month, we will all gather for a full day of volunteering and learning. We will procure, assemble, and support GPM in the distribution of critical food and NFI packages to nearly 7,000 people from the most vulnerable families in the slums of Mumbai. As the situation evolves, GPM needs the people power to be able to get these relief items as quickly as possible into the hands of those who need them the most, and our community can serve as the key in achieving this. COVID-19 is not an isolated incident, and this network of volunteers will be prepared and ready to respond not only to COVID-19, but to support emergency relief to any disaster which may occur. GPM's seasoned staff of humanitarian practitioners will provide training opportunities to the volunteer network related to humanitarian response, Jewish social justice, ethical volunteering, and localized community development, giving them the tools and skills they need as a community to be the change and take action. So this is simple yet effective and can be done in any community in the world. The specific action taken by the Mumbai Jewish Community Volunteer Network focuses on the needs of vulnerable communities in our city. However, creating a mechanism for harnessing local volunteers who are trained and ready to go is a model which can absolutely be replicated and adapted to any country, city, or town where human beings are at risk of and are suffering from the effects of a crisis or emergency. I think that even though we are a small community, we can make a large impact. Thank you, toda, dhanyavad, namaste.